It is 9:30, kids. It is time for Friday Night Hangout, 9:30, and Friday Night Hangout, the first of the summer scheduled episodes. So we're doing this every 2 weeks here, so hopefully you'll be able to join us live. If not, you can always watch the replay. It will be done about 10-15 minutes after the show, or you can listen to the audio-only podcast version of the Friday Night Hangout here. So let's do the first round of introductions here, and we'll get all settled here. So let's go to Wallace, Nova Scotia. We got Keith Elliott, KeithElliottStone.com with us tonight. Flipping over to Halifax, we got Todd the Beer Dude with us, and of course I am also in Halifax. And you can follow the action live on YouTube, Google+, AvoidingChores.com. And well, that's about it, really, because that's all the places that we shared the stream on tonight. We were supposed to have Kerry from Cape Breton, but he was in, and then he just popped out. So hopefully he'll be able to jump back in a little bit later here. And just a reminder for everybody that we're on the summer schedule every 2 weeks, and that's what we're doing. So let's start off, boys, with the thing that we do always, which is what we are drinking tonight. Let's start with Keith. Keith, what are you drinking tonight, my friend?
Boxing Rock Hunky Dory.
Oh, Hunky Dory, good stuff. Able to find it on shelves, have you?
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Todd, what are you drinking tonight, my friend?
I'm drinking some Pump House Fire Chief's Red Ale.
Oh, that's a new one for you.
Yeah.
How is that?
It's not too bad. It's pretty dark. So
Yep.
it's a little darker on camera than it actually is, but it's quite dark and not too bad.
You can get that in cans too, can you?
I think so. So.
All right, I am drinking the newly released, thanks to Todd for reminding me, from Garrison, the Sugar Moon Maple Ale. This is a 6.3%.
Yeah, that's strong.
That is strong, and I just poured it. You guys saw me pour it. Nice, dark.
Wow.
This
Nice.
is, yeah, that's a very deep amber color. Oh, you know those maple cookies you find at the grocery stores in Canada? This is it, yo. It's exactly it.
No, I wish Jocelyn was here to complain about it.
Oh wow, this is nice.
Is it?
This is nice. Yeah,
I
believe last year we really complained about how the sweetness really overtook the beer, dialed down a lot of the sweetness. You still get that maple. They were able to bring in more of the maple, not as much sweetness to hit you. Anyway, it's good stuff. Kerry, you're in from Cape Breton.
I made it back.
Awesome, buddy. What you got? What are you drinking tonight?
Got it right there. It's the
Propeller
Revolution beer.
Excellent. Now, is that the first time you're drinking that, Kerry?
Yeah, it is. You know, it's a. I can get to the market tomorrow to get the stuff from Big Spruce,
Mm-hmm.
but that's after the hangout, so there's something doesn't mix for me.
Awesome, Kerry. All right. Well, Revolution is a really good brew. I picked up a few last couple of weeks there, so it's good stuff. All right. So we got a number of people joining us. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, watching the hangout. You can comment a couple of different ways. You can comment on AvoidingChores.com. You can comment on YouTube, Google+, and get the boys to check that out momentarily. And we're going to start with a few topics. You can always interact with us. You can send us a tweet on Twitter, and we'll be checking that too. So we'll get things going on here. So the first topic of conversation, because we weren't on last week, but the story still goes on even to this day, which is the craziness that happened in Moncton last week. That was when the crazed man with guns and started shooting, killing 3 RCMP, wounding 2 others, and basically locked down the city. We had the funeral this week. I don't know if you guys wanted to really get into the details of that, but what I really wanted to go to was talk about more how the media covered it, or how the story was being transmitted to us. And I think this is really the first crisis in the region that Twitter was the main source of information, not necessarily the news outlets. Todd, you're from Moncton.
Yeah.
Let's start with you here. Your thoughts.
It's trying to think where to start. I'm kind of emotional about the whole thing. So, well, at first broke on Twitter. All the news was on Twitter, and people were complaining, like, why aren't news media or news outlets covering this? And if you have friends that aren't on Twitter, call and tell them.
Yeah.
Because I had friends driving around in that area that had no idea what was going on. It wasn't on TV. It wasn't on radio. Not to be watching that in their cars, but it wasn't on radio. Nothing.
No.
So people were driving around blind that this was going on. People were tweeting tactical. Did you want to get into that part of it too?
Oh yeah, definitely.
People were tweeting tactical informations, including Shelley Steeves from Global, who had several people telling her, please stop saying where the police are. And she just kept on tweeting away the whole night. Oh, look at all these police going to Air Avenue. So I guess the guy had a smartphone. He was watching the whole thing and had all that information at his disposal.
Well,
And,
apparently, I don't think that's been confirmed what it was. I know some people were saying that he was updating his Facebook during the night and stuff, but we don't.
But regardless if he did or not, they didn't know at the time, so
exactly
that information was out of the bag.
No,
So it was. Everybody wants to be the guy, I guess, that gets retweeted or whatever,
but I found that as far as the media outlets go, I'm not going to name names, but certain media outlets did far better than others.
Yeah.
They were only tweeting and reporting factual information.
Yeah, some people were just
some of the other networks reporters were saying, "Oh, he's dead. We haven't heard anything about this for half an hour, so he has to be dead." And there was just all this wild speculation and unconfirmed, it was going on and snowballing. But there's 1 or 2 networks. They were only reporting what was.
Yes, some media.
They were tweeting as much or putting as much on the news. But what do you want to be like? There's one network in particular that didn't impress me a whole lot.
Oh, you mean Global?
Yeah, Global. They shit the bed.
Global, like I don't know who they brought in to train the reporters for when they do media spots with Twitter, but I'm gonna call them the BuzzFeed or the clickbait network.
It was
Twitter.
horrible.
They are
beyond horrible.
They are the worst, and I have a few of them that a few of the producers follow me on Twitter. Maybe they're probably not watching the Hangout. I'm gonna say, you guys, people on the field, they suck. They really are bad. It looks like CTV got a little bit of an updated course. CBC not as much, but the Radio Canada, because being in Moncton, you had the French CBC, and there was nothing for like 12 hours on Twitter until a number of people like, what the hell is going on? Radio Canada. How about some news? What's happening? I have to flip over to the English side to see what the hell's happening.
They couldn't figure out that crazy French keyboard on their iPhones.
But
where the hell's the accent aigu?
But the crazy thing with this, and Todd, you brought it up when people were talking about the tactical stuff. There was a lot of self-censorship. Like there was a lot of moderation. You brought it up there. Reporters, and they were doing this for a while for a few things, giving away tactical information, showing license plates, identifying very specific details, and that carried over after the event in Moncton, because we had, I guess, all the crazies in Halifax were starting to get jealous that the crazy in Moncton was, getting all the limelight, so they had to take out their guns and all that stuff. So we had a couple lockdown situations in Halifax.
I
Not
think
to this.
that might have been a little bit of, people being a little bit too scared too.
Yeah, like and
Which,
to me,
it's not a criticism.
well,
Yeah.
but to me, there's a difference between a roaming man with 3 guns and a crossbow going through bushes and through your backyards and 3 dead cops on the ground than somebody locked into a house that may have a gun and the police is just surrounding it.
That's right. Yeah.
There's not much tactical info other than they're gonna go in at some point.
Stay away from that spot.
Yeah, exactly. Just stay away from that spot.
But this isn't new, though, this whole tactical info, giving it away. I remember during the first Gulf War, CNN, that was the war. That was the
The beach, waiting for the commandos on the beach.
They had the reporters on some of the bases. I think they had bases in Saudi Arabia in that war. I don't know. I think they did. But anyway, they were getting pissed off because they could not report their exact coordinates, and the military said, any word of this and you're out on your ass. And they were openly bitching about that on air, saying, "Oh, we're in an undisclosed location. We're not allowed to say where we're at." Well, yeah, because they know where to aim the Scuds. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the Navy SEALs coming out of the water with their, Sigma 6, night goggles, and they got the CNN camera lights in their faces. They can't use the damn thing, so they got to take them off and walking on the beach like deer in headlights.
But I don't know. It's just why is it the news so important that you're willing to put people's lives in jeopardy is totally irresponsible and somewhat unforgivable.
Yeah, but needless to say, I think this was an example that Twitter was becoming the news source. And the one thing that I didn't appreciate, or we've talked about networks getting it and not getting it. I was loving watching all these Global, all the reporters, all the personalities. Like, hey, find out the latest on Moncton at 6, and it's like 10 in the morning. It's like, I'm not gonna wait 6 hours. As the latest news is streaming in my timeline.
Yeah.
You out of your mind?
That's the problem. A lot of these guys are they're still back 60 years ago, and hold the headlines. Where's they close the paper. You get the newspaper here. It's 3 days news. 3 days old.
Yeah, and I tweeted. It's like in this situation, you should do the reverse. You send the people on the TV screens to go on their computers and find the Twitter, and get them to do the reverse to leverage the tool Twitter as the tool to find out what's going on in the news. And
they want everybody to take that old pony for a ride, Jim. So that's why they keep doing the news the way they do, even though it's a losing battle.
There's I don't want to name specific names, but there's a couple of them Global and there's a few on CTV too that they should go and take the course again, the social media course, because
Let's face it, they don't hire reporters for being intelligent. They hire them for their looks.
Well, I don't know. Okay, well, have you seen the Maritime ones?
We don't have much to pick from down here, I guess.
No,
Terry
we don't.
Bradshaw?
Who?
Yeah, Cyril.
I don't watch local news.
All right, we're joking. We're getting a little too personal. We don't want to get too personal. At Friday Night Hangout, kids, this is where we grab a brew, shoot the breeze. We've got a number of people watching here. You can comment a whole bunch of different ways. Twitter, avoidingchores.com, on Google+, YouTube. We'll get the boys here to check out the comments page. Boys, I assume you'll go to the usual spots you've been going to. Give you a chance to refresh the pages. Nod, know that you're not there, and I'll go in your place.
I'm there.
You're there, Keith. You got a comment posted?
Mike Bluefin says, "Hey gang, I'm offshore tonight, so it's just a cup of tea for me." Then he says, "The Moncton shootings were so sad. The social media is a double-edged sword. You can get much info out very quickly, but it can also give out way too much info that maybe should not shared, such as police operations."
All right, good stuff, Mike from Newfoundland. Any other comments, Keith, or that's about it?
That's it for now.
Mike's the only one there. All right. Todd, you got the YouTube page refreshed?
Yep. We got Chuck Turner, who's He's gonna be leaving. He's gonna be leaving soon to go on a trip to Alaska. I'm very jealous.
Why?
Or
It's cold.
I love cold.
he's going geocaching too.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's working on a propeller porter tonight. That's
Oh.
very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Slow Rover says, "Hey guys, enjoying a Operation Triple Cross from Phillips Brewing Company out of
Oh,
Victoria."
Phillips. Yes.
Not familiar with that one.
Well, they did that one mashup with Garrison a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I think they did the Belgian IPA.
Oh, nice.
That was one of the first. That was the first video that me and Jocelyn did the review on, and started the whole going into the woods concept there. So
Beer that started it all. Cool.
that was the one, yeah, from Phillips. Yeah, so good stuff, Neil. Good stuff, Neil from Toronto.
Yeah. Roger says, "Good evening, guys. Missed you. Starting with my own Pilsner earlier, and now I'm into a test batch 3459.
Yes, yes. And Roger just sent me an email, just got it in here. He's showing off his Perlick taps. I hope he doesn't mind me showing them off of the camera. But, I mean, you know, he's showing me this stuff here, which is his double tower, his first kegerator. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
It's pretty light.
Yeah, but anyway, because it's so shiny.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't show up.
Need to use it more.
Oh my lord, look at that. I'm kind of jealous actually. But that's okay. I'll have my video on my kegerator set up here in a bit, and we can compare notes. But Roger does have a few more kegs than I do. And I don't know if you guys can see behind here. We got the wood cabinet. Inside is the latest batch of homebrew, which is a Nitwit recipe. So we're supposed to get that kegged hopefully this weekend. So anyway, other comments, Todd?
Yeah. Slow Rover says, that was a terrifying situation. People were upset that CBC didn't even mention it during the breaks of the hockey game, let alone interrupt it. So, yeah, that was a big complaint that nothing was happening there. Can't imagine what it was like for people with family there like Todd. The silver lining was that the community came together to support each other all across the Maritimes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. And one more comment, and this is a pretty good one. It's from Chuck. It says, "I don't normally give credit to Sun News," and a lot of people say I actually like a lot of what Sun News is doing.
Yep.
I'm not a very right-wing person, like a lot of people say it's Fox of the North, but
They're not.
They refused to put Bork's picture or even mention his name on any news story as the manhunt was ongoing.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of discussion online about that.
Yeah, I'm kind of iffy. I'm kind of like not too stringent on that, but I will agree with what Chuck was saying there about Sun News, and I've been reading them for a number of years when I was living in the Ottawa region and all that stuff. So, in Ottawa and then Montreal, where Sun, Journal de Montréal, so that kind of tabloid format. Some stuff they do very well. Some of the stuff, well, just it is what it is. Anyway, any other comments, Todd? Or
he says Chuck says he'll be in Victoria next Friday night.
Yeah. Enjoy your trip, Chuck.
Victoria is so beautiful, so beautiful.
Well, this time of year should be pretty nice too.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the next topic here, which is a little bit more serious. Well, another serious story, unfortunately. Before the craziness in Moncton, we had a missing mountain biker here locally at Spider Lake in Dartmouth side. This was the largest search and rescue operation since 1996. Almost 500 search and rescue volunteers, military, RCMP, biking clubs from Cyclesmith, scouring the trails in Spider Lake area, which I haven't been before. I guess I kind of been around it, but never been on the trails before. Todd, have you been? Oh, well, he's doing other stuff there.
Sorry, I just heard my dog. I don't know what he's doing. I've been up in that area quite a bit, and it's they say it's a lot of holes and things, but it doesn't explain why a man and his bike disappeared.
Now, somebody was telling me stories that there was, like this was when, this was on a Friday. Apparently, he went at 12 o'clock. Didn't have a cell phone. Was supposed to go ride some mountain bike trails. Didn't come back, and they spent almost a full week doing it. 3 helicopters, infrared. They had service dogs out. Like everything was out to find this guy, and didn't find him. It's now a missing persons case. But somebody was telling me that they heard stories of somebody getting into trouble while on the trails, dehydrated, took a tumble, whatever, stashed his $7,000 mountain bike under a tree or whatever to get out or whatever, go back in, try to find it, never did find it, didn't know where he hid it.
Yeah.
So, I can kind of understand that, when you're in you're in a mental state, dehydration, you either got injured, you hit your head, that kind of stuff. But some of the stuff that I've read before, other situations that I've read that, to me it's like, why would he still be dragging the mountain bike? If anything, I don't know why he would stash the mountain bike.
Well, didn't a biker, somebody on a mountain bike, go missing in behind Bears Lake, and they never found them for 4 or 5 years. They ended up finding them.
He didn't want to be found.
No, he didn't. But I mean,
he wanted to kill himself.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility that you're not going to find them anytime soon.
And it's all connected back there. Like you could go into there, and you could actually there's a water line or a power line that you take, and it comes out to the 118. Kind of there by Miller Lake.
Yeah.
Or if you go the other way, it's just miles and miles of wilderness. It borders on Lake Major, which is the water supply, and the game sanctuary lands. So once you go back there, there's nothing. If he wanted to head east, there's just miles and miles of nothing. If he wanted to disappear.
So this is where don't know what happened. You think with all those people looking and scouring, even if he kind of hidden, took a tumble or whatever.
It's hard to know.
Hard to know exactly.
Yeah.
They're saying on the Appalachian Trail, there's always X amount of people lost every year that they do not find.
Well, even last year there was that lady lost
still haven't found her.
100-mile wilderness in Maine, and that she was the last little leg, and not there anymore. So
yep.
Because I noticed it was weird because somebody mentioned on Twitter, it's like, well, if he's using this iPhone app or smartphone app that the mountain bikers use, Strava, I think it was called.
Yeah, that's it.
Then the police can go online and go to the website and see where he's at and all that stuff. It's like, man, we're just assuming that he's using that. He's using live updating. There's 25, 50 apps that will, track your activity now. There's no guarantee that, if whatever happened, if the phone's still functional, reception,
Yeah, if he fell in water, it's game over.
Game over. A thick brush like that with all those rocks and stuff may not even have reception, even though he's just he's technically in the city. So there's. I know we put a lot of this is our dashboard. This is our dashboard for everything, right? You talk about the home of the future. We would have this control panel where we come at home and it can control everything, make us food and TV and all that stuff. Well, now it's in our pocket, right? So
as long as you don't smash it,
you get smashed, it's done for, right?
Something to be said for a good sturdy compass.
Yeah, it's true. But who knows? We don't know any stories, and it doesn't seem like the rumors, because there's always stuff floating out,
Lots of rumors, and who knows?
Rumors and stuff,
Not worth
but it is unfortunate that they haven't found him yet. That's going to be another sad story once that comes out. So unfortunately,
The search for the man that went missing in Crystal Crescent Beach was called off.
That's weird.
Too.
That's weird too.
Mm.
And again, there's not a lot of that would be an easier search, I would think, than Spider Lake, but.
And for the people who don't know what we're talking about, Spider Lake, and the reason why it's difficult is that the forest, and Todd, you can probably help me with the description there, the forest around Halifax, Dartmouth, is your coastal forest, a lot of spruce, very little hardwood, a lot of blowdown, especially with tropical storms and hurricanes that have been by in the last 10 years or so. So it is actually very difficult to walk through it because you got to either climb over fallen trees, uprooted trees, deadfall. It's not an easy go like going through a beautiful hardwood forest where the floor is nice and clear. You just you can
nice pine forest. It's all nice and soft under your
or a hemlock where it might be a little mossy, but you can still do a beeline, no problem there. So.
I would have to say hiking in Spider Lake was probably in my top 10 worst decisions I've made hiking over the years. I hiked, for anybody that knows the area, I hiked from Miller Lake down the gullies down to Lake Major, and I went to the headwaters of Lake Major. And then I thought it would be a good idea, because I'm stupid, just to cut overland straight up right into the Spider Lake trails and out Spider Lake Road. Well, I got into such a horrendous mess. And it got way hotter this particular day than I expected. And it was like you would climb over all these trees that were like matchsticks.
Yeah.
And you would get into a thing, and you couldn't go backwards. You couldn't go frontwards. You wonder where the hell you're going to go. So, it was a nightmare.
Exactly.
So when I got out kind of over these trees and up to the ridge line where Spider Lake trails kind of start, I fell down on the ground and kissed it. Because I knew then, when you get on a trail, you just get that feeling that, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But that was in the days. I only started recently carrying a cell phone, the last year or so, year and a half. So that was no cell phone. I don't even know if I had a spot. I don't even know if I told anybody where I was.
Well, that's just it back then. So now, Todd, you carry a spot. I carry a DeLorme InReach.
Yeah.
Two-way satellite explorer, man. Shameless plug. But
sometimes one way's good.
Yeah. Well, two-way's nice. All right, let's check comments here, kids, because it is the Friday Night Hangout. This is where we grab a brew, shoot the breeze, and interact with you. You can interact with us via Twitter, Google+, YouTube, avoidingchores.com. We'll get the boys to refresh their screens here. I got some stuff on Twitter. Ron. Looks like he's been watching for the first time here. He comments here. He says that can't depend on phone for everything. Backup map and compass, flashlight, etc. Also, don't use Apple Maps in the Outback. But Apple Maps has been getting a little bit better. Not that much better. Depends where you are. But it's true. You can't really depend on the smartphone. Having a paper map as the backup is always good. As mentioned there, Todd carries a Spot communicator, which is a one-way satellite communicator that kind of uploads his location. I mentioned there I carry the InReach Explorer, which is a two-way, which uses the satellite phone network. So text, I can send 160-character SMS, email, two-way. I can go two-way, and then I can do Twitter and Facebook if I wanted to, one-way. So a little bit more options. But even that, Todd, we went out for a hike last week, and you commented, because I was sending status updates on Twitter with the messaging. You're like, you're not showing you're showing the same location for the last 3 hours. What's going on, right?
But I guess the key to it is you could ask for help. It's like, Joss and I have fallen in a hole and broke our legs. Regardless, at least I would know. But it was just you were sending, all these. The messages were changing. It's like, oh, this hill is killing me or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all uphill from here or something. But it was in the exact same spot. It was never changing. And you found out it was the iPhone doing it, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'll just explain it to people. So you can pair this via Bluetooth with an iPhone or Android, so that you can use the app to help you compose the message, and you can download maps and all that stuff a lot quicker. Makes sense. But I guess with the iPhone, depending if you're in heavy cover, it hangs on to the last known good signal GPS location. So when I'm sending my location with this, when I'm paired with Bluetooth, sometimes it would take the iPhone location, which was not the right location. So needless to say, so I turned off the Bluetooth on this so that I don't have the phone screwing things up, because this works pretty good without it. So we'll keep that for another time. Anyway, Keith, anything on votingchores.com in terms of comments?
Yep, Mike has one more comment. He says, "Hey Roger, those are very, very nice beer taps. I plan to get a set for my fridge too. Jim, you have quite the collection of growlers on top of your beer closet."
I know it's crazy. Eh? I got the limited edition.
I like that. At least the damn cat's not up there now.
Yeah, I should dig up the screenshot where the cat was just laying on top of this and just looking at us during the whole hangout. It was very creepy.
You gotta love a beer closet. I haven't heard that since I was in college. I had a beer closet, but apparently they told me it was supposed to be for clothes. So
we'll go over to Todd. I don't know if you're ready, Todd, for the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've only got a couple here. Roger says, I hope to do a video of my DIY kegerator as well. I love Nitwit. Hope it turns out.
Yeah.
And Slow Rover is saying, once you end up in Lake Echo, or you could wind up in Lake Echo, once you get up towards Miller Lake, you can follow the gas line and work over towards Myra Road. You could be in North Preston, out in Enfield, or almost anywhere. I did a search out there in the area once for a missing woman in the brush. It was so thick in sections. I walked out of the bush horizontally. Yeah, it's pretty treacherous out. I've been in that area quite a bit too, because he's talking about the north side of Miller Lake. I guess the power line or the gas line comes in. You know where it is, Jim? It comes in on Perrin. Yep. It goes along Perrin. Maybe it's the gas I'm thinking about that I used to walk in on. But it's like anywhere. There's just a spider web of logging roads and gas roads and power roads and ATVs. So you can lose yourself a million different ways. But
and Todd, when we did our hike at West Dover, the land of confusion, right? This is where shrubs were only a couple feet tall. We could see for kilometers. That wasn't a problem. Then it's like, well, how the hell do we get out of here at one point?
I want to go. I want to go there, but it's so boggy and wet.
Exactly. So you don't want to. So you don't want to attempt bushwhacking through thick shrubs and bog. You want to stay dry. So you got to follow these paths. Well, which path is the right one? So. All right, we're going to get ready for Todd's Maritime Beer Report, and I'll have some additional screenshots via Instagram here, depending on the story. Just a reminder, kids, that we are on the summer schedule, so every 2 weeks we're going to do the show. So obviously the next show is in 2 Fridays from now, and right before the eve of our big trip down into Maine. So, Todd, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Oops. My computer decided to act up just at this moment. But, yeah, it's summer, Jim. I was telling you earlier, we've got 6 new beers and 5 events either announced or updated. So it's just about ready to open here. First, I guess I can tell you right off the top of my head, we'll go over to PEI. Gone House Brewery has got their new Cranberry Wit on tap, and that was from their first home brewers contest that they had a couple months ago. And so if you want to stop by the brewery, you can try that out. And the guys' names are Ryan Palmer and Lee Nicholson are the ones that won that contest.
Okay.
Next, we'll head on down to St. John to Big Tide, who we don't hear a lot about, but I've been talking quite a bit with their brewmaster lately. She gave me some insights into their 2 new brews they have on. First, they recently put on a blueberry ale, which I guess is one of their favorite seasonals. They use a blueberry juice and 2-row and Munich malts and Saz hops. The one that they're working on right now is the Tin Can Coffee Porter, which sounds delicious. They use the Java Moose Coffee, which is a local coffee place in St. John.
Yep.
They start with their base recipe from their chocolate porter, which is 2-row chocolate, carafa, and Cara Munich malts, lightly hopped with nugget and Willamette. And in the mash, they put in a Java Moose dark roasted coffee, and they also add fresh brewed coffee at flame out.
Yeah.
She was a little worried about bitterness, so she added some vanilla to smooth it out, just a hint.
Well, you know, not to interrupt you, Todd. Remember a couple months ago, I was doing the 1-gallon beer batches, and I did.
So I thought about that when I was reading this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a porter, and I added some full steam coffee. I added a couple spoonfuls of that, and that ended up being absolutely delicious. So,
good stuff. That's some of my favorite beers are those ones. You can't drink a lot of them, but they have a lot of flavor. And
yeah.
Staying in the St. John area, just out to Quispamsis, Hammond River Brewing. They gave me a few details on their 2 new beers they have coming out, the Hawaiian Pale Ale, which anybody following him on, I forget if it was Instagram or Facebook. I think it was Facebook. He had all the pineapples and stuff all cut up.
Damn, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a slightly hoppy pale ale, again with the pale ale. 56 IBUs, 5.8% ABV. And he had a really cool picture of his blueberry ale, which is purple, because he uses real blueberries instead of an extract.
Mm-hmm.
So, nice little one. Those should be in the regular spot soon. Yeah, this is a really nice story. I think probably most people have read it that follow Bad Apple.
Yes.
But he's releasing his Mosaic Double IPA. And he sent me the story behind it, and it's quite nice. Jeff has a son who has mosaic Down syndrome. So he made this beer kind of represent his, to help represent his son's affliction. It's got a really nice label on it.
Yep.
And at the same time display one of the not so common used hops, the Mosaic hop. So this hop gives a very complex blend of floral, tropical, and fruity notes. It's a very easy drinking double IPA at 8%. And he's donating all the proceeds from this beer to the Down Syndrome the Down Syndrome Society of Nova Scotia, as well as Camp Brigadoon, who takes kids that might not have a chance to go to camp because of medical or other reasons. Yeah. Phenomenal organization. So, and he also gave them the first bottle to the representatives from Brigadoon and the Nova Scotia Down Syndrome Society as a gesture, so they'll have it to display in their offices.
Awesome. And I have that on the screen here. So yeah, so if you have a chance to get down to Berwick or Somerset, stop by Bad Apple, pick up the bottles of that, different formats. So obviously bottled and growler and squealers. So yeah.
So I might even see it down here at Stillwell. I love that label. It's very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Great
label.
Story. It's picked up, I think, by CBC and a few.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Let's say Garrison. They have their Sugar Moon out. Ladies Beer League. We'll get into the events now. They've got 5 events here. Ladies Beer League, which is 1 week from tonight, at the Wooden Monkey. They've got some interesting stuff. Big Spruce is sending out its double dry hopped all-night kitchen party. North Brewing is bringing a farmhouse ale, and Garrison is bringing its sticky toffee pudding birthday cake.
Oh.
So This event is pay as you go, so if you just want to come have a beer and wish them happy birthday or try all three, it's all up to you.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to get down there on Thursday. So
Yeah, that's on Friday.
What is it? Friday? I thought it was
Friday.
Thursday.
Friday the 20th.
What?
Sorry, man.
Oh man. Oh no! Wait a minute. We don't have a hangout.
No,
Summer
we don't have a
schedule.
show, so it's all good.
There you go.
It's all good, bro. Bring your silver Sharpie. The very next day, Stillwell, Garrison Cask Takeover.
Dude, tell me about it.
They've gave teasers of 3 of the casks that are coming.
Here we go. Here's one of them.
Do you want to talk about one of them, Jim? Or?
Well, I have them on the screen here. So,
Okay.
So first thing, cast number 1, which is the Spiceman's Session Saison, which is the Spiceman's Cassia Buds and Wild of what's periphery pepper.
Yeah, it's periphery
pepper. You can Google that to see
yeah.
what's going on with that.
I did. Yeah, it's.
So that's cask number 1. Cask number 2 is Christmas in June, a pale spruce ale. So that is Meander River's Lunchbox Pale Ale with Garrison's Spruce Beer.
And Garrison Spruce, whatever they take, the limbs or whatever, come from there.
So that should be. I expect good things from this one.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot.
It's going to be hard to choose, isn't it, Jim?
Oh, well, here's the worst part. They're only showing us 3. There's like 9 more to go.
Yeah.
Summit Buzz, Vanilla Espresso Brown with the Spiceman's vanilla beans and the locally Java blend K2 Espresso. So that should be nice and strong for people out there.
Grab that one if you're getting too drunk to give you your second win.
Yeah, that'll knock you out.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good time. We're going for the first sips at 12, but it's open to everybody at 2. If you didn't manage to get a ticket, I think it's sold out now. It is sold out. So.
Yep.
Yeah, what's next? Picaroon's Brewers Bash. I won't say a lot about it, but it is sold out. I think they're still looking for volunteers, so you still can get in to try it if you want to. But 62 breweries attending from all 10 provinces and 1 territory. And it's going to be a good time, man. Get the full list. You can check out my blog or Picaroon's Brewers Bash Facebook page. Our friends at North Brewing, we were just talking about this before we went on air.
Yes.
They're going to the Harborstone Sea Grill and Pour House, which is in the Marriott on the waterfront here. They're doing a 6-course paired dinner. They put out a couple of teasers. This is the creations of Chef Ted Young. One of the teasers is a Belgian blonde paired with a orange-scented lobster dip with sweet potato chips. And also a strong dark Belgian with chocolate-covered cherries with Mexican pot au creme. So get your tickets. Going fast.
I'll try to. I negotiated some time away from home, Todd, so I'll be joining you.
And it's a kind of a small affair too. I believe there's only 30 tickets being sold. These are always kind of small and intimate. So
yeah. July 10th.
Yeah. So not too far away. So
Perfect.
you know. And last but definitely not least, Seaport Beer Festival tickets went on sale today. Tickets allow you to sample from 275 unique beers and ciders, plus listen to great tunes.
Mm-hmm.
There's also going to be lots of delicious food options for $5 and under. This year, both the Saturday sessions, the afternoon, evening, will have VIP options. VIPs get 1 hour early access to the site, limited edition sampling glass, panel discussion and guided tasting with guest speakers. Seems like a lot to do in an hour. I just want to drink some beers. Anyway, also new this year, Cask Beer Pavilion. So that's going to be kind of interesting because last year everything kind of took off after last year's casks because we had
the Garrison cask.
yes, I was trying to think of the apricot, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, there's going to be a separate pavilion just for casks. So.
Well, and I would like to thank all the foodie blogs that took advantage of the media passes last year, so that they don't give them out this year, Todd. So, Avoiding Chores, the real authority, one source for craft beer.
Yes, uncorruptible.
Uncorruptible. We pay our own way. We don't get no freebies from nobody.
Yeah.
This year, we're like, well, maybe we can get a freebie, but no.
Yeah. We don't tell people we like stuff just to get free stuff. We tell it the way it is.
That's right. We pay.
We keep it real.
We pay for everything.
Yeah. I probably even get drunk and pay for the other guys.
God.
Anyway, that's another story.
Yeah.
Tickets are $45 to all 3 sessions. Saturday night always sells out early. $50 if there happens to be tickets left at the gate. And the VIP tickets are $65.
Yeah, I haven't bought my ticket yet, but Saturday afternoon is my favorite time to go.
Yeah, you want to go for? We'll have to talk about it off air, but Saturday afternoon VIP.
Sure, let's do it, yo.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay. See us there. We'll be giving out autographs.
Bring your silver Sharpie.
I don't know how many chests I autographed last year, but I'm just hoping some women asked me this year.
No, it was just yeah. Okay, no.
The Sharpie got getting caught in the hair. It was so gross. Anyway.
All right.
After 2 beers, I don't care. I don't discriminate, people. You're all fans.
Done? You're all done?
I could go on if you want. I could make some.
No, that's okay. No.
Okay.
What about the Cape Breton Beer Fest?
Oh, Cape Breton Beer Fest.
Oh, the one in October? The one in October?
Oktoberfest?
The one in Port Hawkesbury?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't cover that yet. It's in October. It looks like a phenomenal time. It's at the Port Hawkesbury Civic Center. Outstanding food options. All Nova Scotia craft beer. It's good sampling. I'll have a full report on it. I was just waiting till it was a little closer. Probably maybe the end of this month. I've been talking to the Chamber of Commerce in Port Hawkesbury putting it on. So very well organized. They got a great website. So we're all going to crash at Carrie's place.
Yeah. Thanks for the invite, Carrie.
Sure, awesome. Sure. I don't live in Port Hawkesbury, by the way.
No, it's just a short drive, isn't it?
Yeah, just like a 2 hour
and a half, 2 hour drive.
We'll stagger for a day and a half down the road.
Maybe we'll just go up to Jeremy's and pitch a tent.
Yeah, we could do that.
He's up in Waikagama.
Just hang our hammocks between the rows of hops. We could do that. Can totally do that. Totally.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, but I will be talking about that, Carrie, in a little while. I just want to wait until it's a little closer.
All right.
But maybe the end of June, just before summer.
And we're done with the Maritime Beer Report. Thanks, Todd, for that. Let's do a quick round of what we're drinking tonight. Keith, what are you drinking tonight?
Hunky Dory.
Hunky Dory from Boxing Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie, what are you drinking tonight?
It's 8% and it's really good.
The Propeller Revolution Russian Imperial Stout.
It's really good.
It's one of my favorites.
It is good. It is good.
One of my
I've
favorites.
cellared some, so we'll see how
I don't know if I'll make through 2 of them, so.
Strong ale.
Yeah, you taking your chances, Scary. Todd, what are you drinking tonight?
I switched it up now. I'm with Grand Baltic Porter from Harrison.
Yes, dude.
Delicious. Oh, man, it's so good.
Dude.
I got people coming to the house tomorrow, so I want to drink up all the good stuff now.
Is that why I said I'm coming over to your house, Todd?
The chemical beer.
Yeah. I saved you a good one. You know I have one for you in my fridge. I've been saving it now for... You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. So I followed your lead, Todd. So earlier this evening I had the same thing, Baltic Porter from Garrison. But what I'm drinking right now is the new release, Sugar Moon Maple from Garrison, 6.3%. If you ever bought maple cookies from the store, if you live in Canada, This is what it is. This is what it is in liquid format.
That always cracks me up when you say that.
But it's so true. People say, yes, it is like that.
Somehow you're violating my childhood.
You want to but think of it now that you're an adult. You get the little 6.3%, and then it's like, you know what? It's worth it. Worth every drop. Actually, you know what? They did a really good job on this one this year. Way less sweetness, the sugar sweetness that kind of gets you with the maple. You get more of that maple taste. Nice. They did a good job on this one this year. So that's all I'm going to say for the Garrison. And we'll get you guys to refresh the pages, see if there's any comments. And then we'll do the last topic and maybe a few other ones, but we're going to start the process of winding things down. Keith, is there anything on the votingchores.com or?
Yes, Mike says map and compass will never be obsolete in my opinion. All the electronic gear is a great addition.
That's right.
Maps on phones, spot locators, and DeLorme and make it easy to stay in touch with people at home if and when you're in trouble on the trail. Help will get to you much quicker than not showing up at a certain time if you just have a map and compass and a return time. And then he also says, great beer report, Todd. It has been a busy week.
Yeah, I hope they send some of the Sugar Moon over to you again this year, Mike.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, last year he enjoyed some of it up in Newfoundland.
Well, yeah, I know Brian, the owner of Garrison, and Jeff, the marketing dude, they were over there for Beer Fest in St. John, so maybe some more Garrison will be making it over.
Well, definitely since they've expanded, there's more Garrison to go around. There's more of the Garrison. But for the first part of Mike's comment there, map and compass, you know, there's some basic skills when you kind of need to know before you start going into the woods.
Yeah.
Map and compass, navigation, you know, the old school techniques still work. We still like to use our smartphones or fancy devices, which are nice, but at the end of the day, those skills are gold. Gold when you do need to use them.
I kind of equate it, Jim, to making a fire. Everybody has a lighter, and it's nice and convenient, but when your lighter gets smashed or you're out of fuel, it's nice to know some old school ways, how to rub, you know, how to make a bow drill or whatever.
Well, yeah, like, you know, maybe not as far as a bow drill, but, you know, that knowledge as to, you know what, maybe you shouldn't pick this type of wood or look for this to help, you know, maybe birch bark, or here's a little trick to get the birch bark, you know, to get the fibers out, maybe to dry out some of the wood. You know, there's a lot of little tricks out there that we don't know until we're out there that, you know, with your lighter, you're trying to light up sticks and you wonder why nothing's working, right? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's do the next topic here, which is the Halifax Farmers Market's getting a facelift. So basically they're moving all the food vendors into one spot and all the crafts people in another one. Basically, if you want food at the Halifax Farmers Market, you don't have to wander all over the place. Before, they had them all over the place. Now, they're all in one spot. Guys, what do you think?
Any reason for that, Jim?
You know what? The ownership or the stewardship of the Halifax Farmers Market has changed. They are losing money. You know, they built this beautiful big building with no storage for the vendors. Promises that there would be so many people going 7 days a week. There's no people to support it. So they're doing bits and pieces of improvements here and there. And I do agree with the food stuff. The food, the permanent vendors for food, they were all over the market. So imagine a football field. So one end of the end zone, you have one 50-yard line, you have a couple others. The other end of the end zone, you got a couple others. Oh, you go up in the stands, there's another one. oh, you go over there. There's another one. So they're gonna move everybody kind of together.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
I don't know, Jim. There's a lot of problems with that place. I go down there, and you can't even move on Saturdays, and you go on Tuesday, you can shoot a gun off in almost any direction and not hit anybody.
But that's not a surprise, really.
And people are eating. There's no place to eat. People sit on the stairs, and you can't go up and down stairs because they need a place to sit down. And
well, it's funny. They redesigned. One of the things that they did was redesign the stairs. So if you look closer, Todd, one half of the stairs is normal stairs. The other half is double stairs, so you can actually sit and eat. So it's kind of like auditorium seating. You know what I mean? You know, that kind of stuff.
There's a new invention called tables. I wonder if they've heard of those.
Not a lot of those at the market. So no. I've been going down like every Friday. Oh, yeah. Mostly Fridays to go down and get something, and then just hang out and then go to Garrison and get my beer for the hangout. And there's no place to sit. When I look for food, I gotta walk the entire joint, and when I do have the food in my hand, so either being a authentic Mexican burrito or a lobster roll or a wrap or
do you ever have trouble with parking, Jim?
Never had any problems with parking during the week. Friday, I can get parking, Rockstar parking. Put 25 cents or 50 cents in the meter just to be safe, and I go in, go out, go to Garrison, and I'm good. I'm in and out within half an hour, 35 minutes. Sometimes I might spend a little bit more time in there talking to somebody that I run into, whatever. But to me, Fridays is a nice day to go. There used to be this Indian lady that had authentic Indian food, buttered chicken, and that kind of platter food. I used to go there for that kind of stuff. She's not there anymore because during the week, not enough people. She'll go to the Saturday for the weekend. But there was this other lady, a Thai lady, that had spring rolls, awesome spring rolls. Not there anymore, only there on the weekends. So, there's...
Yeah. I don't know. If you're going to put the money and effort in, you got to have some kind of payback. Now, the reason I asked about parking, I was there on Saturday afternoon. I had to park almost in the Kennard Center. So I could easily see people saying, well, frig this.
Yeah.
I can't walk or I don't want to walk that far, so...
Yeah, you almost... I don't want to say you want to do what you do in the big cities, which is, if you're going to be a 7-day-a-week market, you're a 7-day-a-week market. So, but unfortunately, a lot of people I'm just going to go on Saturday to the market, even though they probably work next door to the market 5 days a week.
If I worked downtown, I know I'd be there all the time, but...
And I think that's where it is. There's just getting the mindset of people to say, you know what, don't make a special trip on Saturday. Come down whenever you want, Monday to Friday. We'll be here. We'll have most of the stuff there. Do it, right? Go down and do it, right?
I think they would have been far better off.
Marketing then.
What was that, Kerry?
Somebody has to change the marketing then.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, even in Fredericton and the St. John market, is the same way. Saturdays it's bust. You can't walk around to get anything because it's full of people. But unfortunately, that's when most of the people have the day off. So if you're ever running a place that's going to run 7 days a week, then you have to market that and say, hey, we're open. Come see us. And then as soon as you get that, then more vendors will show up in it.
Yeah, it's too bad it wasn't closer to the commercial core, or they still had that free bus running during the day, Fred. Downtown.
I think it is back on. Keith, you go. I remember you pick up some stuff there. Do you do the Saturday farmers market, or do you have the places that you can just drop by and just pick up stuff?
There's Saturday markets in Tatamouche and Pugwash here. A lot of the times I'm too busy to go, but they're jammed, they're packed. It's a social outing. It's you know, if you don't go early, you miss out. But no, there's not too many places like that you can go on a day-to-day basis. They're usually Saturday exclusively.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, for the most part, Saturday is the day, but as we mentioned before, you know, being in, in Halifax, if you're set up for a 7-day market, if you go on Tuesday, you should be able to get most of the stuff. Understandable, not everybody will be out 7 days a week, and there's nobody there, right? So, hope things are going to change. Hopefully, things will change. Hopefully, things will change. All right, we are past the 1 hour mark. We kind of keep this to an hour length. Just a reminder that the replay will start in about 10-15 minutes. Once we're all done, we have the audio-only version of the Hangout for you to listen to via podcast. You can go to WeldingShores.com, iTunes, downstream. Is that you, Todd? I'm going to mute you. You're getting muted. There. Kerry's happy it's not him this time.
It made me want to go tinkle, is what it.
Yeah, no, that's why I was trying to wrap it up. It was like,
Now, yeah, Nathan decided to wash grapes.
what?
Yeah.
Wash grapes.
Whose grapes?
Ooh.
Snap.
Better wash his own grapes.
All right, good stuff. We'll do
Flies all the hell after 10:30.
All right, let's do one last round of comments here.
Okay.
Let's refresh the pages here, boys. Keith, do you have anything on avoidingchores.com or?
Oh yeah, Mike says the Sugar Moon Maple I had last year was very nice. He said, Todd, we traded beer last year. This is where I got the maple beer. Thanks. And he said, great show again this week. See you all in 2 weeks.
All right, thanks, Mike. And hopefully you'll be on the mainland, not on the rig, so you can enjoy a beer with us here. And Todd, what you got for YouTube?
Yeah, we got 4 comments here by the looks of it. Chuck Turner says, I just got an InReach myself. I haven't used it yet, trying to decide which package to sign up with. Yeah, I talked to Jim on that. He's got the lowdown.
Yeah. You know what? Quite honestly, go for the safety package or the Freedom plan. They changed it over because really Canada had the best service plans than the U.S. Users. But go for the safety plan because if you do need, you're not going to be tracking officially. Every time you go out, you're not going to be tracking online so people can follow you on the website. Or, you're not going to be sending that many messages. So get the safety plan, which is, I think, $14 a month, 15, whatever it is. If you do need to send messages, it's not that expensive to send it. So, when you do need to use it, you can use it, and it's not too bad. You can also suspend the plan. So if you're going to use it over the summer, let's say you use whatever, and then in the fall you're not going to be out, you can suspend it. So I think it's $3.95 a month. Just like when you have a satellite and you just want to suspend it, but you still pay a couple bucks a month, but it's not as much. So anyway, safety plan to me is the best one to go because really you're not going to spend that much to make it worth to the next step. Other comments, Todd?
Yeah. He also asked, Chuck says, have you ever met a beer you didn't like? Yes, many times.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Todd, didn't I have an Instagram on a picture of my face? Looked like this?
Yeah, that's right.
Which one was that? Hang on, that was at Stillwell. We're at Stillwell. We were tasting a... The hell was it?
Oh, it was the Brett, wasn't it?
Was it the Brett?
Well, it wasn't the Brett. It was the results of the Brett because our taste buds died.
Oh, it was crazy. We had the Bellwoods all Brett beer, which is when yeast goes crazy and there's craziness going on. Anyway, it kind of nukes your taste palates in your mouth. So when you get something else, it just washes it. It's crazy. It's a crazy experience. But I thought yeah, not all beers are that good.
No.
No.
No. Anyway, Rogers says, my buddy Army Al picked me up some Quiddy Vitty recently. I'm anxious to try the iceberg. You won't be disappointed. It's good stuff.
Haven't had that yet.
Good stuff, yeah. Mike sent me some last year. So.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
And the last one, Rogers says, there's a night market tonight at Squeakle Park. 12 vendors and 2 food trucks. Yeah, I really wanted to go, but Jim wouldn't let me.
Dude, you can go.
Told me to realize my priorities.
No, I told you, get your shit straight and come back before 9:30. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I was busy cleaning the house and stuff here, so
yeah,
not going to happen tonight. Although it would be pretty cool, but
yeah, it'd be pretty cool. A lot of stuff happened at Todd's house tonight. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, the food trucks and all that stuff. Squiggle Park.
We'll have to make sure we get down. Actually, I have to go down and pick up my package from Natalie. That doesn't sound right.
No, that's totally dirty.
I went through her crowdfunding.
Oh man, that's even worse.
Yeah, I remember I was quit while I'm ahead. Anyways, yeah.
That's after 10:30. This happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
there's rules.
Yeah. Clothes starts coming off.
Yeah. So no, you'll be picking up stuff. Yeah, no, definitely. Food Wolf is definitely doing stuff. Hey, I just wanted to mention here that I got in the mail yesterday the box. I don't know if everybody
Ooh, nice.
got one of these.
No.
I know you guys didn't get any of these. Hey, this is the coveted. I say coveted because in my workplace sometimes we send some of these out. I can never get my hands on an extra one, but this is Taste of Nova Scotia box. You can actually go online to their website, Taste of Nova Scotia, and order these boxes. And what they do is we talk a lot about local beer, local food, and all that. So Taste of Nova Scotia is all about local Nova Scotia products and exporting and all that stuff. Anyway, so I blog for the Nova Scotia Tourism website, so they decided to send out boxes to the bloggers and stuff like that. So I got my box this week. So I just wanted to share with you what I got in the box, and just to spur people when you're driving to these areas in Nova Scotia, stop by and check it out. So I got a number of items, but the first item I got was this, which is the rhubarb at the Oceanstone Resort off Peggy's Cove, about maybe a couple kilometers from Peggy's Cove itself. This is chocolate caramels with sea salt.
Nice.
And I would show you what the actual candies look like, but they're all gone. However, if you check my Twitter, Taste of Nova Scotia added some pictures. It is probably the best. Whoa. If you want to impress somebody with chocolates, you get this. This is what you get. Anyway, the other thing that I got in the box here was some honey, crystallized honey from Corneck Family Farms up in Denver, Guysborough County. So I got that. I got
covered a crystallized honey you can have.
Yeah, wow.
Probably not as good as that though.
I don't know. This looks pretty good. I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know. Acadian Maple Products, granulated maple sugar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think that's what Brian bought. He said it was really good.
I asked the missus when she's doing pancakes, because she adds organic sugar into her pancakes. I said, how much do you need of the sugar? Because I got some maple.
Yeah. Think of the dry rub you could make with that too.
Well, there's options. There's options here.
Dry rubs.
The next thing I got is some Haskapa.
Yes, that's all the rage now, isn't it?
Well, you know what?
Everywhere too.
Well, you know what? I think Crowbar organic foods, you know, the energy foods, they had the Howl or the Ravenous bars that had this fruit in it, which I really loved. Anyway, it's in Lunenburg, and they do a whole bunch of stuff here. So I haven't opened it yet, but I believe I'm gonna like this a lot. So brand new. One thing, you know, honestly, I did not know we had in Nova Scotia were cranberries. Cranberry farms in Nova Scotia.
No.
Jeez, you don't read Twitter?
No.
No, I don't read nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's all kinds in Lunenburg County and Shelburne County.
21 farms. They produce over 300 tons a year of cranberries.
Well, this is one big
There's two
freaking
in
merge.
Fredericton.
We should be all covered in cranberries.
I know, bro. Yeah, one big ball, right?
I
Yeah.
go pick my own every year. Every year for Thanksgiving dinner, I pick my own.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of groups here that wait, well, usually later in October when we get a good frost. They head up
Yeah.
to like Taylor Head and around those areas.
Really?
Pick cranberries, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, then if they had, you know, they should make a beer with the cranberry in it, or make like a Crantini margarita.
Oh, there you go.
Beer for
Oh, you know what? I know where this is going.
Where's
I know where
Lee?
this is
Lee!
going.
Conjuring Lee, he'll put you straight.
And I did get some other butter tart pastries, which I threw
Nice.
out the wrappings because they were so delicious. But
Probably.
but I did get some blackberry tea or
Nice.
Nova Scotia wild blueberry tea.
Cool.
You've seen this around Christmas time at some of the malls. They'll have the tea there. So can't wait to try some. Actually, you know what? I'll probably bring this to our trip down to Katahdin, boys.
Sounds good.
Enjoy some tea.
Put the bags
And
on.
the last thing I got was some chowder mix, lobster chowder mix.
Ooh, really?
I've seen that before, but I've never tried it.
Yeah, me too. I've seen this at Clearwater when I go pick up some salmon or scallops or whatever. But yeah, so maybe something else to bring down to Maine with me there. So
That'll draw the bears in.
yeah, that would definitely. All right, so we're pretty much done. I'd like to thank everybody for watching the Hangout tonight. Just to let you know, the replay is going to start in about 10-15 minutes. From now, we're going to have the audio-only version of this Hangout on the website later this weekend, so you can download that on iTunes, Downcast, and all that stuff. We're going to be on again not next Friday, but the Friday after that, so that you can check us out. So we're in the summer, we're only doing every 2 weeks. Guys, do you have anything to plug before we go?
I'm still trying to finish up my cruise videos from last year. I'll be working on that on my Dragonfly Hiker channel. And watch for the great Nova Scotia brewery tour coming this summer on my blog.
Ooh.
I got some inspiration from the Beer Babe out of Maine. She's doing one down there. She's got a few more breweries to go to than we have up here, but
Yeah, like 47 breweries in Maine compared to like
Oh, isn't that hellish?
terrible.
work.
Road trip.
Anyways, yeah, so I'm hoping to have a lot of fun. I'm going to go out and meet the brewers and take some pictures, and I don't know how much video I'll shoot. I might shoot some videos in some of them. I might do them in all, but coming this summer, doo-doo.
Awesome. Carrie, got anything to plug?
This beer is better than Guinness.
It is really good.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
It is
character.
good.
It's my top 2 or 3 for sure.
Yeah.
For a stout, it's really good. Next to the Serial Killer. The Serial Killer is like pretty close.
Well,
But
it's
I like
different,
Serial
right?
Killer better.
Yeah, like Serial Killer is a nice stout, but the Russian Imperial, man, that's
Yeah, it's a good
another
stout.
level,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, I love it. I'm always sad when I look in the shelf and it's empty.
yeah.
I'll have to pick up a couple before they disappear, but they'll be gone now.
Might be depending where you go. Keith, you got anything to plug?
Not right now, no.
You posted on your Facebook some pictures and stuff. Some work.
Nice work again.
Yeah, thanks. No, just keeping busy between work and packing for our trip. It pretty much takes up a lot of my free time.
Yes, definitely.
How's your beer plants doing?
Well, you know what? I got 3 and 3 from 2 different places. 3 are thriving and 3 are dead.
Oh.
I saw it was a yours, Carrie. I saw on Facebook, wasn't it? Growing.
Yeah, my three are doing good.
Well, Cape Breton's where everything grows. So nice.
Not necessarily.
Faulty rhizomes.
Well, yeah, I'm potting mine this year, letting them get a root established, and I'm going to put up poles this fall.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's something we need to do is do some hop planting and compare notes.
There's going to be a worldwide shortage of hops, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you look at the demand versus what's growing, and it's demand's outstripping.
Big difference.
At some point, it's going to be over. So I think we should start now.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Nomination. Freedom 35.
Freedom 35. That's too late for me.
One hop
7
plant
years
to save
overdue.
the world. One hop plant to save
I
the
can't
world.
even do
yes.
Freedom 45.
All right, boys. Well, thank you very much, panel, for joining me tonight. Thank you for all the viewers and commenters tonight. And we'll do this in 2 weeks' time, kids. So thank you very much. We'll see you guys next time.
Good night.